and welcome back to the Bitcoin Business Bureau. I'm your host, as always, LitecoinLeader. Today, I really wasn't going to make a video today because normally I take Fridays off because I've done a lot of other videos and get them ready for next week. But I happened to watch a video that reminded me of several other videos I've seen over the months and years. And I feel like I just had to make a comment. And I'm not going to single out any particular channel, but there's a lot of them out there that give this type of advice. And it's typically the catch is, what would I do with X amount of dollars to invest? Now they say not financial advice, but then they go and proceed and tell you how they break down that amount of money. Like say with $1,000, they take $200 or $300 in Bitcoin, and they proceed to list 7 to 10 altcoins that they like for various reasons, whether it be the metaverse, NFTs, Ethereum killers, Ethereum itself, or whatever it is, staking coins, whatever reasons that they give, they wind up listing 5 to 10 coins to break up like $50 here, $100 here, $200 here, and so on. And routinely what it winds up being is that the majority of that breakdown is altcoins, and maybe 25%, maybe 250 out of 1,000 or so might be Bitcoin. Now, I am going to do a similar video with a similar title today. And again, this is not financial advice, but I'm going to tell you something a little different because I want you to hear it from someone who's considered an altcoin guy, how I would answer this question. And if I was going to go back in time and tell myself when I started, how I would start investing with, say, just my first $1,000. So stay tuned for that. What I wanted to do is that, let's say, how would I break down $1,000 of, like, if you have $1,000 to start, what would you do with that money? And rather than go and say, oh, $300 Bitcoin, $200 Ethereum, and six times 50 or whatever it is to these altcoins that I like, I'm going to answer it differently. And if I would go back in time to when I started 5-6 years ago, I would tell myself, define how much money you have that you can afford to get involved in crypto. And if it's $1,000, it's $1,000, whatever the number is, that's fine. And you invest what you feel that you're comfortable with, because it'll be there for a while. You're not looking to trade, you're looking to invest. That's number one. You got to remember that. Number two, I would say you probably want a dollar cost average, no matter what the price is. So figure out, like I would say, break it up into 5 or 6 easy numbers. So let's say you have $1,000, say 5 times $200. So $200 in February, March, April, May, June. That's your plan. And pick a date. Today is, I don't know what today is, but pick a day. Let's say the 10th of the month. I'm going to buy crypto on that 10th of the month for 5 months. That's what I'm going to do. And the third thing I would say is you would want to educate yourself over that time frame, because what's going to happen is you're going to feel several things. First, you're going to feel FOMO. You're going to feel fear of missing out. And two, which means you're going to want to throw all the money in right at the beginning. Now, that may feel good right now because prices seem to be down and we don't know where the market's going, but that's the entire point. We don't know if we're going to continue to trail downwards or if we're going to spike upwards next week, next month, when that's going to happen. So the best thing is to learn how to dollar cost average and spread it out over time. That also gives you time to educate yourself. Watch my videos, watch other channels, whatever you want. But the other thing is that the time is an investment, and that's a much bigger significant thing. And that's why I'm going to tell you my final advice is that you don't want to have 5 to 12 coins when you're starting out. That's too much to keep track of. It's going to suck down your time, and you're going to wonder, like, okay, I'm going to pick one. I bought Cardano. Like, I like Cardano, nothing wrong with Cardano, but I'm just picking one. I'm saying I would not recommend someone buy Cardano when they first started. In fact, I would not recommend anyone buy any particular altcoins when they first started. So let's say you invested Cardano, someone said, hey, Cardano's good. You hear that, it's great. You learn that Cardano's a great buy. Now what? Do you know why you bought the project, except that someone told you that it's a good buy? What is your exit strategy? Where are you even going to store it? How are you going to manage your assets at this point? Are you keeping up with Cardano? Do you know their roadmap, their team, what they're all about? What's the use case for Cardano? Why does it exist? So I know I'm talking too fast, so let me try and slow down. My advice would be this. And this is not financial advice, it's just general strategy advice. If I told you that you're going to enter a new market space, and you're going to invest in a new asset class, and there was one asset that dominated the entire asset class, wouldn't the logical thing to be when you started out just to invest in that asset class, that number one asset? Like, if you were going to invest in copying machines, you would invest in Xerox. Obviously, we're not there now, but if you were going to invest in the number one cell phone manufacturer, you probably invest in Apple stock. You might love Tesla for cars, but if there's one project that dominates a field, you would invest in that project. And that's why I would recommend, even though I'm an altcoin guy, if you're just starting out, the way to get involved in cryptocurrency, buy Bitcoin. Buy Bitcoin, break it up over time. If you're going to do it in 5 even lots of $200 each over time, just buy Bitcoin. And that entire time while you're doing that, you are learning. You are learning how to buy your Bitcoin, how to manage your Bitcoin, maybe even borrow against your Bitcoin through Nexo. And I've got that link. I'll share a video up here. It's another video I made for my secondary site that I really don't talk about much, but it's called get40bucks.com. And I give out business cards whenever I go around town. There's people I think that need 40 bucks. And I give them, there's 3 QR codes on the back. The first one is my Cash App, which gives them $5 for installing it. The second one gives them 10 to 25 bucks for Nexo, depending on what their giveaways are. So $5 and $10 for Nexo, that's $15. They get, for Cash App, they get $5 for installing it. For $10 for installing Nexo and moving $100 over there of Bitcoin, you get another $10 in 30 days, plus a 50% credit line. So you're getting a $50 credit of Bitcoin. So you can borrow another 25. That's how you put together the 40 bucks. And again, I'll share that video up here. But again, learn Bitcoin, learn about all the different aspects. Do you know what an NFT is? Do you know what an altcoin is? What is the purpose of an altcoin? Why, learn about Ethereum, learn about the top 10 coins if you want to. Set that to be your goal for the next 4 months while you're investing in Bitcoin. Learn about the top 10 altcoins, what they are, what purpose they serve. Skip Tether. You don't want to learn about Tether. That's my alarm to let me know how long this video is going. And then while you're learning, you're going to be anxious. You're going to be counting the days to that 5th installment, because at that point, then you have more knowledge. You've invested more time and energy, and you said, yeah, I really want to be in this space. There's a lot to learn. I've learned about NFTs. I want to do this DeFi thing. I've learned how to deposit Bitcoin into Nexo, and I saw I got a credit for it. I want to learn how to do more of that. I want to learn all the other stuff. There's so much to learn in the crypto space. But when you start, it's going to feel like you're drinking from a fire hose. The best way to start, forget what everybody else is telling you. They're going to tell you all about these altcoins, and I love several of the altcoins they mentioned. Some of them I don't. But my point is saying this: someone new should be starting with Bitcoin and just dollar cost averaging. Not financial advice. It's just basic common sense. Start with the number one project in the space. Take a few months to educate yourself, and then move forward. And when you're ready to move forward, you can reach out. You can look back at my altcoinopoly stuff, or go over and join us at CryptoConfidential, join my Patreon. But the main thing is CryptoConfidential. This is why I wrote, when you're ready to elevate to the next level and educate yourself and really get into the altcoin space, CryptoConfidential was a great spot for you, because in the first edition of the newsletter just this month, I wrote how to get from 10,000 coins down to 10. So I'm telling you not just which 10, but I'm telling you how to go through the process of educating yourself and boiling it down through a process, taking all the number of 10, 15, 20,000 coins that are out there at any given time and boiling them down to a reasonable number. And I give that strategy in one of my articles. And then I also give my top 10 coins for 2022 in the addressable markets and things I think are going to be big this year. So, and then you learn about your 10 crypto commandments and how to live the crypto life, and how to your smart tax strategies and the right corporate structures, and how to go international if you want to go international. And you get our AMAs, you get to interact with us and ask us questions as you're learning along the way. So whenever you feel ready, you're ready to jump into that space and really amp up your game on crypto, CryptoConfidential is waiting here for you. But until then, dollar cost average in a Bitcoin for your first 4 or 5 months. Yes, you're going to be like, oh man, I really want to get into this altcoin. I can't wait. But remember the promise you made yourself. You're going to educate yourself for 3 or 4 months. You're always going to feel like you're missing out. Take some time. Remember that anyone who's in Bitcoin right now is ahead of 90% of the rest of the world. 90% of the rest of the world is not in crypto yet. You're about to be. So take your time, get into it, do it smartly with a strategy, learn what you want to learn, decide how you want to invest. If you want to amp up your game, come on over to Crypto Confidential and we'll take good care of you in that community, because we're building that community. And what's it all about? It's a crypto community and we're helping everybody, and it's all in one place under one roof. So I said a lot today. I'm going to close the drawer on the bureau and I'll say, follow the leader, and I'll see you next time. Take care.